After I made yesterday's video, the information expanded. And I find this happens every time I share something, is that it'll expand and new things will come to me. And it's normal. This is how the reality works. And it used to be really hard for me when I was starting out sharing with videos, because I'd share a video and then all this new stuff would come up and I wasn't doing them every day. But now I am. So this video is part of the Ascension Chronicles playlist on my channel. And chronicle meaning chronological order. So I suggest, if you like this video, to watch the videos in the order I put them up, because they all build on each other and kind of round each other out and include information that expands after I share the video. So what happened after yesterday is that I realized it's all about focus, because our focus determines the enjoyment of an experience or the unenjoyment. So, for example, if, to use the same example as yesterday, watching the sports commentators and then them saying something that triggers me. If I focus, say I watch sports for an hour and they say something that triggers me, and I focus on that for an hour, and then after I watch sports, I think back and think, oh, well, I was just thinking of that thing. I didn't really have a very great experience. Yet I could watch the exact same thing, but if I was triggered, feel it out, let it go, see what it's teaching me, and then to look for everything else that I can benefit from in the experience, and better yet, focus on what does resonate, what does make me feel good. And then after the experience, I'd say, wow, that was such a great experience. And this can happen with literally anything and everything in our life. Our focus determines the experience and our enjoyment or unenjoyment. So when we're focused on what resonates, we come away feeling enjoyment. We feel great about the experience. And if we're focused on what we didn't like or what was dissonant, then it doesn't feel good and we didn't really have a great time. But again, we can have that exact same experience, and with a shift in focus, look at it in a whole different way. And I was thinking about this even with a sport. So with any sport, you could be doing a sport and do something that maybe is not a great shot, or whatever sport it is. And then if you're focused on that one mishap or thing that you could have done better, focus the whole time on that, you come away and it doesn't feel very good. Yet if you focus on all the things that you felt really good about while doing that activity, then you come away feeling like, wow, that was a great time. And it was the exact same time. The difference was the focus. And so another thing that came up is that when we are seeing reality through neutrality, that we can see the bigger picture, because we're not allowing our emotions to bring us either way. And this came up to me because I realized that when I'm in a neutral place and I'm asking my higher self for guidance, the answer is always so much clearer. But if I'm emotional either one way or the other, it's not as clear, or it's not as easy for me to understand. And so I could see this with other things. Like, it's so easy to miss the point of an experience if we're just focused on what we didn't like about it, rather than coming to a neutral place, seeing it for what it is, knowing every experience benefits us. So looking for those benefits, looking for those things that we can learn and grow from. And then after that, wow, we're going to be feeling so good. And this also ties into manifestation and attracting what we'd like in our lives. Is that when we are focused on what does feel good, we are going to be feeling good, and we're going to be attracting. We're going to be in an allowing state, allowing our dreams and desires to flow effortlessly to us. Yet if we are becoming focused on this one little minute detail that we perhaps didn't like, and we're not feeling good, well, there's resistance there. And so we're not going to be allowing this goodness into our life. And I also realize this can happen as like a miscommunication, or different people in different parts of the world using different words, or maybe the intention behind the word or the sentence was different than what the other person interpreted. And so it's again coming to have this from neutrality, coming from this kind of bigger picture perspective, and looking at it and seeing, okay, this benefits me somehow. And if I am triggered, I'm just going to allow my body to let that energy move through me, and I'm going to continue to look for the benefits. And then afterward, in my introspection time, I can ask myself why that triggered me and what belief I was operating that caused that. Because once we let go of all beliefs and programming, we simply won't be triggered. All triggers come from beliefs that things are best in certain ways, or this kind of thing. And so this was a big realization for me. And this part about the focus, because I had another mirror help me that showed me that, wow, I could focus on this one thing that triggered me, or I could focus on all these other things that felt so good. So rather than focusing on this one thing, I'm just going to let that energy move through me, and then have the experience. And then later I can ask myself, why did that bother me? What belief am I holding that says that fear is the best response? Because that's, again, what all beliefs are basically saying. And fear is just a made-up story in the mind. And so it's what I've come to realize now is that we don't need to have that response. And it may be better to call it a reaction, because fear is reactionary. And when we take the time to process in the information, and we can respond. And so yeah, this has been what has come up today. And yeah, it's been such an eye-opening day, and it's all thanks to these other helpful mirrors in my life who let me know that I was choosing to focus on these little things that didn't feel good. And in doing so, I missed the point of like whole experiences and whole conversations and interactions. And I could have gotten so much more out of it if I had just allowed that energy to move through and had grace with the other, and just saw it as everyone having the experience that was perfect for them, and looking for the benefits, looking for the learnings in everything, rather than looking for what could be wrong. Because as we've gone through, there really is nothing wrong, because our higher self doesn't judge, and seeing anything as wrong is judgment. So this is where I've gotten to today, and just want to fill you all in on this and this aspect of the focus, because our focus does play a big part in our creating our own reality. Again, because when we're focused on what resonates, what feels good, we're going to be allowing the goodness in for us. And when we're feeling good, we're going to be vibrating higher. And so we're going to be attracting more of what we desire. We're going to be on a higher vibrational timeline where our desires are coming to us, our dreams. And so it's noticing when we're becoming focused on something that we don't prefer or what triggers us, and shifting to focus on what does feel really good. And so, yeah, I'm gonna be integrating this along with you, and just wanted to pop on and let you know how it's going here, and send much love as always on your journey today. And we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.